find another various path to take to avoid that path.
Diversions.
It's a diversion. Okay.
Avoidance, diversion.
Avoidance.
Got it. Okay.
I have one.
See, Daniel, the issue for me was the dad seemed to have to whip me into shape and teach me things. So I always thought that I got spanked more than anybody else, and he had me do more dirty jobs than anybody else. And so I resulted in prevaricating at times.
Ah. Got it.
Oh, the first born
Hey,
and
John.
Yes.
John, tell a group about when you and I in the Darrow Road house had a bunk bed that we shared, and what we used to do between the top and the bottom and stay awake half the night with a flashlight, and then head out our window over the back roofs and drop to the backyard in the morning.
I don't think I better because my grandsons are here.
don't give him any ideas.
We are allowing the pleading of the fifth, Dan.
They actually already kind of did find a way out
Okay, good.
to our beds.
Yeah, they today crawled out these portholes that are right by the
Oh, they did
beds.
crawl out?
Yeah,
Oh, they
out
opened.
back in.
Oh, they opened. Oh.
They open, yeah.
You didn't get stuck in them?
This trip?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. There's like ship portals
By
over
their
their
beds.
bunks.
2 of them by each
Yeah,
bed.
by each bed.
So it sounds like Sam and Campbell have been sneaking out just like you just talked about, Dan.
Chip off the old blocks.
My brother and I would chase each other around the bunk beds. We'd pull it away from the wall and up by the wall and down this side, back this way, and we'd just go in. And then, of course, I like the top bunk, and so my brother's down there going on my butt all the time.
I gotta say, it's so much fun watching Campbell and Samuel's faces while Grandpa Biedler's talking because they're like really into this. What did he do?
They're logging all of these
I
ideas.
know, I'm so sorry.
Actually, it's just that this is very relatable. When we were in the
Campbell said this is very
bunk,
relatable.
I used to kick Campbell.
Yeah. Now, I
You
must-
go, boy.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
yeah, bro.
Campbell.
Yeah.
Tell them about the time that Mom and Dad left us with the girls in charge at night in that big 3-story 1903 house, and we turned out all the lights and crawled around trying to.
I got 2 stories for that.
I don't remember it.
Oh, that's Karen. I remember.
John said you
Okay,
didn't
Mom
I
and
don't
Dad
remember
would go
doing
out
that.
to events at the university, and Mary and I would babysit. Well, by now we're like, we're 12 and 13, so Dan's 11 and you're 9. Anyway, they wouldn't go to bed when we told them. Well, we work for the big bosses, we get to tell them what to do, Go to bed, it's time to go to bed. Why do you go to bed? No, we don't have to go to bed, we're older. Well, they wouldn't get up, so we promised them, if you go up and get in bed, we will make you a sandwich and bring it up to you so you can have a snack in bed. So that got them into bed. They went and got to bed. So then we made peanut butter sandwiches for them and we put pepper in it. That made him quiet, didn't it? It didn't work very well, but
What happened? Did they?
well, they started to gobble them down, and all of a sudden,
We knowed we'd had one pulled on us by our sisters.
And you retaliated?
We were
no, they didn't.
Again.
Not that I recall.
again. Yeah.
Oh, another time, off the back of that house too, Dad had converted the garage into a classroom for Mom's school, and the TV was out there. And so the rules were, well, that when you left that room and you came back into the house and bedtime, and we're babysitting, you got to turn off all the lights. And as you come up the little stairs into the kitchen now, through the kitchen and the dining room, the living room, and up to the bedrooms. So he got upstairs, and one of us said, "Did you turn out the lights?" And he said, "No." Go back downstairs and turn out the lights. So he went back, and I followed him back down. And so he didn't know I was following him. And so he went through the kitchen, then down the 4 stairs, and you turn left and go out to the family room where there's a little ledge right there. As you go down the stairs, there's a little ledge about this way. So I'm following behind him, and I'm turning out the lights behind me through the house. And I get on that ledge. He's gone into the family room, turns out all the lights, comes back up, and as he comes around that corner, I'm above him on this ledge, and the lights are all out in the kitchen. And I come down, and I'm like, ah, like this. he screamed so loud he scared me, and then I started screaming, and then we're standing there clutching each other screaming.
She did this multiple times.
Scarred him for life.
There
He's
were two
scarred
legends.
for life.
There was a ledge up above and going up the stairs, and one down there. Remember the one up the stairs? You used to love to hide in the one where we went up the stairs and turned and went up? You'd hide in that one up there all the
Oh,
time.
really? I remember that one.
Oh, my.
And then there was the story about the hidden room we found.
Trust women.
I think it started.
Oh, yeah, the secret room.
Yeah, the secret room. I don't know this story because I wasn't there, but I've heard it. Somebody who was there, tell it.
Well, I first looked, there was a chute upstairs where the clothes could go down, and then you
From
could
one of the
open
bedrooms.
this little slide door and right by the laundry. And so I just looked up there one time and saw that there was this cavity going up, and next to the bedroom I had for a while, there was a room over the kitchen that had been closed off. So it was always like, wow, what's maybe in this room?
Nobody can hear you.
So
Well, you guys were up in the attic, and this chute went all the way up to the attic
well, it
originally.
did eventually, but
But so you discovered,
it
you went
opened
up
into
to the
this
attic
room.
and you would drop stuff from the attic and it would come down to the kitchen.
Yeah.
When in that process, you got a flashlight and you started shining, you realized that there was an opening off of that chute.
Only accessible by crawling up next to the chute, though.
You
we had to
you had to
crawl
up
this-
the chute.
Up the chute, next to the chute, just, barely get up, And I finally got into the room, and there was this, I looked like a genie pot.
From the movies, the
Yeah.
magic
Like,
genie from the
man,
Middle
I
East.
thought, wow, that is cool, whatever that is, it's probably worth a lot of money
You rub it
and everything, or
genie
something.
up?
Well, we made up stories, but anyway, so I got up there, and then Karen wanted to see it, wanted to come up, so Karen came up.
She's kind of claustrophobic.
And then I came down. I got down. You're down through down the little.
I mean, you barely fit in it, and it had the studs, the wall studs, about that far apart. It's one thing going up; it's another thing coming down when
And
you
she couldn't get down.
can't see. Well, I wouldn't come down.
Oh, is it you wouldn't?
wouldn't
I
come
thought
down.
you got stuck.
No, I didn't
No,
get stuck.
she
I
got
just
emotionally stuck.
Well,
We saw the house in half.
about then.
We got
Mom and Dad
chainsaw.
come home. And I'm up in this room, and of course
how'd
maybe
you get
they
down?
knew there was a room up over the kitchen at one time. There's no entrance to this room anymore. It was shut off before we bought the house. It was off the
I
bedroom.
wiggled up there too.
Oh, did you?
Dan was up
you
there.
both went. And there was a
Oh.
1932 newspaper up there about the first transatlantic airplane flight.
Oh, my.
And some songbooks and this old top-to potbelly stove is
Yeah,
what
it's
that
just
thing
a
was.
old cast
So,
iron thing.
Dad and Mom come home, and I'm up there, and I'm just panicking. having a panic attack practically.
We were going to just leave her,
Yeah. So Dad talks me down. He just calmly talks to me,
Because Dad couldn't fit, right?
No.
No.
He talked me
It was
down.
just,
You had a question?
Yes, BC had a question.
I was just going to ask you, so we've heard a lot about like growing up with the parents and stuff. So once you got out on your own in Ambassador College, like what is probably the most influencing time you had in your life as an adult, right? Like out on your
After
own.
Ambassador
As a young
College.
adult?
Yeah.
So Dan, the question is, after growing up in the Biedler household, out kind of on your own in the
Is that too-
world,
is that
Ambassador
too heavy?
College and beyond, what was a very influential period you experienced that helped you
Define
get
it.
where
Well,
you
yeah,
are
or
today?
just yeah.
Yeah. okay.
Got it.
Who wants it?
How about him?
How about Dan? They're asking for you, Dan.
I'm an adult.
Okay. There were a number that I was just trying to sort in my head. There were so many life lessons.
Oops, we lost him.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
So Dan, if you can hear
The
us,
things for me was
Dan, you froze up. Can you start over?
Could your body be between the signal, the Wi-Fi, and this?
I don't know.
Maybe.
well.
Okay, here we go.
Unfortunately, it's breaking up regularly because the connection keeps disconnecting.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're out in the yard.
All right,
All right,
go ahead,
From
Dan.
your server.
There were so many
by your window.
influential times like that when we got out on our own, and I was always aware that as I would approach situations with people or just life situations, that I began to realize that Mom and Dad had given us things that I wasn't aware of at the time, and they made a huge difference. And I can tell that because people's response to me would say sometimes, well, where did you learn that? Or how did you know that? So particularly, I think when let's see, I guess for me, when the kids were little, and we had our own house down in Apple Valley, Minnesota, and we started doing things with our house, and the boys were always wanting to help and wanting to help and wanting to help. So I would give them nails and hammers and saws and paint brushes, and we would go out there, and I guess it always seemed like it took me 2 to 4 times longer to do a job when I was including the kids.
Man, I can relate.
So it was always a struggle with me to have the patience to spend the time with them instead of just trying to get all these jobs done.
But you realized your own father had taken the patience to teach us?
Yes.
It takes great patience to teach a small child how to do anything.
Huge. Huge.
And
Get a hallelujah.
yeah.
Amen, brother.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's a hallelujah on that one.
And the point is that we need to teach our kids. There's all
Ask
kinds of
Craig
things.
what it was like when I tried to teach him how to water the geese without getting pinched.
That's important.
We get.
I don't remember that specific moment.
Do you remember the geese
He
ever
doesn't remember
pinching
the
you?
moment, but he's talking.
I remember how to avoid getting pinched while watering them.
Yeah.
I tried to get the boys to carry a stick. The geese would come at them, but they were afraid of the geese too much to use the stick. So I then went out there to demonstrate, and I just waited for the goose to come up, and then I showed them how to swing your arm and grab the goose around the neck. And they just looked at me like I was crazy and said, "I can't do that."
Of course. we just had little Bantam roosters. That when I went out to feed them, they ranged. We just would not have
We
more
had
than.
over a dozen huge geese that stood as tall as the boys.
Yeah.
Run the other way. Run the other
There's no
way.
way a kid is going to deal with a goose.
So, what other moments in your young adulthood stood out as defining?
Well, for me, let's see, in 1980, I did the S training that is now the Landmark Forum, and that was one of the most impactful moments of my life, transformative, I'd say, that I've used pieces of that over all these years, since 1981 till now.
Got the whole family started on it.
Yeah, I got started
the
the
whole family
family on
started,
that, introduced it, and then Then I've studied the Enneagram, and I found it